So for this execution path, we had to write two tests because there are various possibilities that the input can be invalid. That's why I told you earlier that the number of tests for a function is greater than or equal to the number of execution paths. Now let's work on the happy path. So we want to test that this genre is saved in the database. So back in our test file, let's duplicate this last test. We change the name to something like this. It should save the genre if it is valid. If it is valid. So I'm going to get rid of this long name, send a valid genre, let's say genre 1. Now we should use our genre model to query the database. So we call genre.find. We pass a query object. We're looking for a genre with this name, genre 1. We await this and get a genre here. Now we expect this genre not to be null. So genre not to be null. This is another matcher function. Save. Back in the terminal, all tests are passing. So also to refresh your memory, even though we're creating a genre here, the after each function will kick in after and it will clean up our database. So far so good. Now the last test. We want to make sure that this genre is in the body of the response. So one more time, let's duplicate this test. Should return the genre if it is valid. So in this test, we don't need to query the database. We simply look at response.body. We want to make sure that here we have an ID property. To have property that is underline ID. We don't care about the value. As long as we have the ID property there, we're happy. But also we want to make sure that we have the name property, and this name should be genre 1. Save. Back in the terminal, all tests are passing. Beautiful.